And we're live. As you know, people, we dealt with Bayern Munich, we dealt with Tottenham Hotspur, and now we've got a massive clash against Chelsea. If you can't win, don't lose. A draw would not be the worst of results. A defeat is unthinkable. Winning, we have to keep our feet on the ground. But I must admit, the more the season ticks on, it's like you're being pulled up by a million balloons here, and you're just rising and rising and rising. But yeah, man, we need to deal with it. We should be filled with confidence, man. Our team has stood up tall. You know, the key players are doing their thing. Players that have stepped in and doing their thing. We're making it happen. We're showing we're competitive. We have a scalp on our back. I've been out of touch with football at this moment in time, people, but I did see that Leeds kind of got back in the game against Manchester City before obviously that kind of thing happened and City were winning. So yeah, it looks like there's been quite a few thrillers. Please make sure you're smashing the like button, people. Get your conversations in. And most importantly, I hope you're all doing well and safe. In relation to myself, I owe you a massive apology, people. A big apology. You know, I brought out videos yesterday. Make sure you check out the Chelsea Arsenal preview I did with Kwaku. I brought out another video where I just saying my thoughts of how I feel to the club and lightly touching on Bayern Munich. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. And if you have, big up yourselves. But I didn't go live, and I'm going live now. Lost my grandma. Like, she died. Like, just gonna say it. Like, my grandma died yesterday. And you know what? Big up Rance as well, because Rance, when I told Rance, he was like, yeah, forget the stream. I was like, no, I want to do it in it because it kind of distracts me. Don't worry about it, people. You know, grandma, I know you're watching over me. I know you're still praying. And you know how them Jamaicans are. They always say, anyways, we're soon dead. And now you are in it, so big up yourselves. I've just spent the day, I've got all the tears out, if I'm honest with you. I just spent the day looking at like this picture. I've got a million pictures with my grandma, and actually, I went on my iPad. I've got so many videos with my grandma. She used to get so angry when I took pictures or whatever and cuss me and all that Jamaican stuff, as they say. But you're in a better place now, innit? And yeah, man, I've just been looking at that picture, sipping some liquor for her, man. It's what comes with being a warrior, man. The most beautiful thing and the harshest thing about life. This shit don't stop. It keeps going, man. This is what comes with being a Spartan, man. A Spartans out here. Don't matter what's going on. We keep it moving. Smash the like button. We keep doing what we need to do, man. One more. I can't look at this no more, man. In fact, yeah, I can. I'm a Spartan. I'm going to place you. Let's put you here in a protective place. But yeah, man, we keep moving. In relation to Chelsea and Arsenal, how we doing, folks? Smash the like button. Get all your thoughts in. Again, people, I'm not going to lie to you lot. I love YouTube. I love the fact that we've created a fantastic community with you lot around the world, yeah. But YouTube can be quite jarring. I'm all for a laugh and a joke and a difference of opinions, but fundamentally, I like to have balance and all of those things, man. So it's going into subscriber only mode, man. We keep going, man. We keep going. So yeah, man, you're a soldier. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to appreciate you lot. You lot don't make me get teary, man. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, man. Thank you for your kind words, man. You're not gonna make me get teary. I ain't trying to cry on people's internet, man. You lot will make me want to shed tears. It's not even the fact that, and it's weird because I dealt with death. I deal with death all the time, but that's the first one in a hot minute that's been very close, innit? And I was kind of looking at myself as like, are you a weirdo, bro? Because obviously upset, but it's like I don't know how to process these things, and I almost act too calm around death and things. Maybe because I'm not going to say I'm numb to it, but I'm a bit numb. The things that break my heart is obviously I went to my grandma's house. You come from a big family on it's my grandma in it, so it's my dad's side. She hated to be called nanny. My nanny hated to be called grandma. I actually lost my best friends now, innit? But yeah, like it's more the obviously, and I don't mean this in a disingenuous way. It's more around the women and that, like, you know, when the women start crying and people are carrying on and you can't say anything or do anything. Like I can't do anything in it but sit there and just be a Spartan in it. But yeah, man, we keep it moving. Deluded, how are you? We definitely winning the trophy, 1,000,000,000,000,000,000%. And I'll hold my licks because big up Rants. I've been on Rance's stream plenty of times. Like yesterday, go and check that out. There are some clips on my platform coming out, but obviously the full stream's on his. And anyone that will have me in any time, I can't tell you which one of the 4 trophies, but we are definitely winning. Nothing's definite in life, in it, but I'm convinced we're winning silverware. You know, I'm convinced we're winning silverware. I don't think we're anywhere near our best. And I mean that in the most positive way. I think there's several gears to go up. I think the attackers, you know, for the large part of the season, granted here and there, before his injury, we've been talking about Trossard. Saka's getting back into the groove of things. The last 2 games from Eze has been superb. Gyökeres has got some goals, but lukewarm. My attackers are not going to the full level. Relationships are still building across the team, but that's why I'm bullish. I know when we're on it, you know, you're going to win, you're going to lose, you're going to draw. We're not invincible, even though one team did it, but I think we could take on anyone. I think that When there's injuries, which there have been since August, we've just been keeping it moving. The next one up. No one, not obviously we care about Gabriel Magalhaes, but you're irrelevant from the couple of games we're facing. Next man, Hincapié, step up. Okay, Hincapié is out the team. Mascara, step up. I don't want to see Marino clearly play up front on a consistent basis because I'd rather Gyökeres stepping up. Like, at our worst, there's a certain medium in it, and I do think we've got this air of maturity and inevitability, and it's all coming to fore. We've got no divine right to win anything, but for me, the minimum of our football club, most every football team in the world, from Sunday League to first team level, you should inspire your fans. Your fans should believe in the team, not blind optimism, because we'll always give an element of that because we love this club, and she's a very beautiful football club, but in terms of how you play, we are in the realm I want us to be, which is being competitive. We can give anybody a game. You play Arsenal not to gas us up. It is a long day at the office. You know, Arteta is a madman with the tactics. You know what our players do. You know, if you make the game open, you're in trouble. We're starting to more and more. We still got to go over the levels, but on a more consistent basis, we're finding solutions to breaking down low blocks. We're reacting to setbacks in many a time. So we're competitive now. But we can't rest on our laurels because I want to chase the illusion of perfection. I want us to win this Premier League and then do something I've never seen and retain it. I don't need to tell you lot about Arsenal, and full stop. Arsenal fans, young and old, whatever denomination of European competition, for a team as beautiful as ours and as big as ours, I'm going to try and pick my words kindly. But to say, you know what, we'll say our European record is not good enough in it because that's where we need to go. So let's just keep it moving. There's going to be many twists and turns, bumps and bruises. You know, the gap at the top could be closed and the team that does it could go above us. We could be flying. There's a lot of things. Think about everything we've spoken about in these 11, 12, 13 game weeks. You could bring in all comps, but in the Premier League, who was the hero and the protagonist, I would say, from, what should we say, from Manchester United opening day of the season to just before Newcastle, from Newcastle till Sunderland, and how we're talking at this moment. And again, beyond that, like, we need to deal with this. Then it's Brentford midweek next week. Then I think we've got Aston Villa 12:30 kickoff next Saturday. End of the day, we know the games are coming thick and fast. So let's just go for it, man. Troubleshooter, appreciate you, man. A man said, yes, DG, judgment. Tomorrow is judgment day for the Blue Smurfs. I don't want to lose to Chelsea, man. I don't want to hear that Chelsea. And I don't know if it's true, yeah, but apparently they've moved the billboards forward. Yes, we are capable of long throws, but it don't make sense because we don't rely on long throws. I know we did it against PSG with Partey, but that's not really our thing. We can do it. We can cause problems for it. But yeah, I don't really get it. But fair play, man. These lot do their things, man. You're not weird. Losing a granny is painful. It is, man, but nothing lasts forever in this life, innit? We've all got to go sometime. To live is to suffer, as I keep saying. And I genuinely think, I don't know where the other side is in when you die, but like, you've got to be free from the ugliness of mankind, innit? Illness and wars and all of these kind of things. And bro, she lived, you know, at the end of the day, big up Granny, she lived into her 90s, bro. So you had a good life, man. You had a good run. And the weirdest thing for me is literally yesterday, like, it's kind of the same with my granddad. And some of you will kind of know what I'm referring to in that, not that they want to die or whatever, but they sound like they're a bit off, they're acting a bit fed up and things of that ilk. And yeah, man. And yeah, man, she just cut out, innit? So yeah, man, like, is what it is. DG, share your favorite story about your grandma. We can talk about Arsenal after this is more important. Nah, don't get mushy. Favorite memory? Well, anytime I'd meet her or see her, she, from a little kid, you know how these Jamaicans are, man. Like, I put on weight, not that I have. I'll be called fat. Just forever calling me skinny. She's the reason I got a sweet tooth, because bare sweets, and like those of you who know guinea and sugarcane and mangoes. Yeah, man. Yeah, actually used to, I don't know what you'd call it, innit? But just like with my nan, favorite memory, it used to annoy me as a little kid, innit? And not used to annoy me as a little kid, but like, what's that? I don't know what it's called, but you see the pulley, the pulley thing, man. Like, all the old ladies have it, man. You see the pulley thing, and you go around the market and you're putting stuff in it. The pool thing, just having to go all over Edmonton Green and Dalston and all these places with that. I'd say that, man. Appreciate that, man. It's too many, though, man. There's too many. I miss Gyökeres too, man. Eze Martinelli combo looks, bro. Eze, you're doing everything I need you to do now. Like, you're doing everything I need you to do. Like, you've been doing it now. Like, Eze's a man that I think people will be a bit disingenuous for, not disingenuous, but he's kind of, what I've come to learn, we're kind of labeling him like a moments man, innit? Like, he's good throughout the 90 minutes, but you give him the ball, he'll do what he's done twice now at the Emirates against Bayern and City for Martinelli, or on his day, he'll score like a hat-trick against Spurs. But I don't feel people give him his credit, because I think he was bloody superb in every action he did. I can't ignore the hat-trick, but everything he did against Spurs, he should have had an assist. Rice is cool. And I also believe that against Bayern as well. Like, he was involved for It's got to be Madueke's goal in it because him and Rice went to Calafiori. He's delivered, and obviously Trossard scored. So yeah, man, that's what we need. We need Eze and Martinelli to find an understanding. Eze and Odegaard to find an understanding. Eze / Odegaard with Gyökeres, whoever's up front. Saka and Timber is getting better and better. Whether it's Hincapié and Hincapié and Saliba, or Mascara and Saliba, or any domination, Calafiori and whoever. Well, who full stop between Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori or whoever's the left winger. You know, Rice and Zubamendi, they're still learning each other's game. They've played together for what? Maths is terrible, isn't it? On TalkSport, I said we're 85% of the way. I said there's like 20-30% left. So, but you got the point. So you're right, man. And that's why I'm more bullish, because we're not, I genuinely don't think we're in our final form. Hopefully the big man is back up front. I don't know, man. You know what? My thing is just match day. We'll see in it. Whoever's on the bench, whoever's in the starting 11, that's what we're going on with, in it, really, because we'll go over Arteta's press conference in a minute, but he's kind of crazy with it, innit? He makes you believe some players are going to be back and they're not. Some players have no chance, and then they're there. You know, we've been hearing about Gabriel Magalhaes. He'll be out for a couple of months. Arteta keep saying weeks. Do I take that at face value and think it's better diagnosis than expected? Maybe he's playing a bit of a game. You know, the manager's dodgy, man. The manager's known to put players on the team coach where they got their tracksuit on, pardon me, like they're going to be involved, and then they're not. Mafia, appreciate you. We have to chase the illusion, of perfection, and that's what you're saying. Like, I don't think a team can dominate the league anymore, if I'm honest with you, unless you obviously, you know, what Chelsea could be if they get their things together because of the money, and Newcastle if they get over the red tape. But I don't think you're going to see a Manchester City domination, or in my life, you know, before the Man City stuff, the Man United, I think you might see a team win it twice on the spin, maybe even 3 times, but I don't think you'll have a 5, 6, 10-year period with one team's won like 8 or 9 of them, if that makes sense. But that's the illusion of perfection. We need to chase that. You know, I don't think we're ever going to have the CV that Real Madrid has in the Champions League, or do what Man United or Man City have done in the Premier League. But that has to be the ambition. If we're not trying to do that, then what are we doing? No man is an island, DG. You don't have to go through anything alone. We're soldiers, man. It's calm, bro. It's calm, bro. Shit, man. It's calm. DG, you killed it on Rance's stream yesterday. He wasn't prepared for you on that stream. Big up Rance, man. Rance is my guy. I know he's gonna do the nasty clips ready if we obviously bottle it. But yeah, man. You know the times I had to sit on several streams where we were on nothing. We weren't on anything. And now that we're half decent, appreciate you lot, man. With the kind messages for my granny as well, please, people. Thank you, man. So when we're decent, man, puffing out Chebo, when I'm on TalkSport last year and we're getting rubbed out, of course, when we beat Real Madrid and we're doing these things, I'm on this. We need to keep on winning. League is trash this year. To be fair, though, man, I've said that bare times. People have said City only won the league because it's trash. Liverpool are only up there because it's trash. Arsenal only, look, even though we didn't win it, I remember at least the first, like, this is the 4th year we fought for the league, in it. But of those 3 years, at least 2 of them, they said, oh, the standard of the league. That's the other team's business. But you're right, man. Let's just keep doing our thing. As my man Robert said here, big him up, man, because he's always here. Like the video. Let's get the numbers going and get your questions in. Of course, I'm slapping Eze on the left when Odegaard and Gyökeres are starting in them positions. I don't know at this moment in time. The only spanner in the works is obviously Trossard now, because if Trossard was still fit, he's in a good moment. I'm not moving him out of left wing. I think sometimes you have to be a bit cute and clever over a calendar, like a 38-game Premier League calendar and all of the things. You have to factor in when players are going through really good moments of form. And I don't think we should mess around with Trossard. Obviously, with Trossard being injured, that does open up, which could happen, because Eze, fair enough, you're not playing in your traditional role, but you could say Arteta could be like, right, you know what, Eze is a bit of a Swiss Army knife. He can play left 8, right 8. He can play false 9. He can play in the traditional kind of 10. He can do a job on the left. And let's be brutally honest, obviously, when you go and slap a hat-trick in a game of the magnitude of the North London derby, and we have a collective strong performance against Bayern Munich, and obviously he shines because of his involvement in 2 of the goals summed up by his assists, the language kind of changes around Eze. But let's be real, and it's not that it wasn't wrong. A lot of people are saying, oh, when Odegaard's back, he's back in. We prefer Eze left wing. Arteta could sit there and go, you know, Odegaard's my man. He helps with the press. He might have, you know, with a couple more days, he's ready to kind of play, sort of thing. I'm slapping him there, and I'm going Eze best of both worlds. Or do you go, I'm keeping Eze exactly where he is? Madueke, he's playing against his old team. He got his first goal. He's chomping at the bit. He did start life at Arsenal fairly positive. The only negative around Madueke at Arsenal at this moment in time is, unfortunately, Bayern Munich was the first time we've seen him since September because he got injured. And I do even go with Martinelli. You never know. Martinelli loves a game against Chelsea. At one point, maybe not so much with this climate, he was our first choice left winger. I personally would like a new left winger. That's a long-term guy because I think we've got a bunch of people there, but I don't know who I'd throw my hat on. At this moment in time, I believe it should be Trossard to lose. I think Madueke might be ahead of Martinelli in the pecking order. Maybe that's because of fitness, because he's come off the bench in the last 2 games. Martinelli came off against Munich, and he has been his first port of call. Like, as soon as Trossard went down, it was a nonny thing, innit? And if Trossard is out, Martinelli, you have made a bit of a name for yourself this season as a super sub, innit? So it'd be interesting, man. I'm not feeling nervous, just confident. Sorry. We need to play Chelsea like we did Bayern and even better. And even for me, beyond the obvious, I know Arsenal, Chelsea, we've had a great run. We want to win. We want to, actually, for a team that does quite well against the big 6 traditionally, we need to it's been what we beat. If you can class Spurs as that, we beat Spurs, we beat Spurs, beat United. Obviously, drew against City. I think we should have done a lot better in that game. I'm missing someone else out. We lost against Liverpool. So can we win again there? They haven't beaten us at their place since 2018. We've kind of had their number. They want to kind of, if Chelsea go and win, they won't say it. Their manager won't say it. The players won't say it. But winning, losing, and drawing dictates what you can and can't do in the season. Mathematically, they're in a title race. So it don't mean much per se in November. But if they go and win, what's being said there, sort of thing. For me as well, though, beyond everything I've said and no doubt everything you lot are saying, you lot know I've been quite critical on our last 2 appearances at Stamford Bridge. I wasn't happy last year. I know Pedro Neto scored a great goal, but similar to how I felt with Szoboszlai's free kick, I'm more angry about the circumstances or the run of play that led to that. And I think it was a mixed bag in general across the last 2 games at the Bridge across 90 minutes. So I want us to want to play better there. The last time I've been actually happy with how we've played in its whole totality at Chelsea's ground was actually the first year Zinni and Jesus were here. We bossed them at their place. I think Aubameyang was playing for Chelsea. The league ain't trash, man. These mid-table teams are serious threats. Appreciate you, Richard, man. She was, man. Without her, wouldn't be in the country, innit? Wouldn't be in the country, innit? My grandparents on both sides came to England, obviously, and like parents came into this world. And then Wavy DG came into this world, and now we're on YouTube, innit? So, yeah, man. I think Eze gets benched tomorrow, but it's not that it's wrong. And at the same time, if I waffle about we got a squad and things of that ilk, then great. But Eze's one of the names that just picks himself. I don't think it would make sense. You got to play on the form. Like, I would love for Trossard to be fit because Trossard and Eze, you're probably the 2 easiest selections from. I'm not Arteta, but you'd be the 2 easiest selections. You're in great. The team's doing good anyways. Trossard is playing out of his skin, and in terms of a consistent run, I might be gassing it, but consistent run of form over this period, I might be capping. But it feels like it's the best kind of form I've seen from Trossard in an Arsenal shirt on a consistent basis. We know, I think he's a bit disrespected. We know he has the moments. We know he's done the super sub thing. We know he's done what he needs to do. So for me, it would be, if everybody's fit, it is Trossard, it is Eze, it is Zubimendi. Zubi, I'm not going to lie though, you're my guy. But I do think the bigger clashes in the top 6, you've kind of got how do I make it make sense? Like the welcome to the Premier League thing kind of thing. And sometimes you've done better. Sometimes I think you've kind of, like you're treading water type of thing. So I need it. Rice, you know what to do. Remember them man released you as well. On top of everything else, remember them man released you. You know what you need to do. Calafiori, you know, another easy name on the shirt. Big up Miles Lewis Skelly, but Calafiori, you know what you need to do. Hincapié Mascara, or Gustavo as I call Mascara now, I don't care out of which one of you plays. You're both bosses. I would lean towards Hincapié if I'm honest with you. Left-sided centre-back, all that kind of jazz. Saliba, keep doing what you're doing. Timber, keep doing what you're doing. Raya, let's go. Team picks itself to me, but I'm not Arteta in it, man. No point fixing what's broken. I think you mean what's not broken. I hear you though, Josh. Odegaard can play against the dead teams. It depends on Odegaard's fitness because I'm sure he's chomping at the bit. I'm sure Arteta would want to play him. Maybe if it was a thing where, as I kind of referred to with Eze and Trossard, if they weren't playing out the skin, they might have made it an easier decision. And I don't want to be this guy here, but I was having this conversation with my friend. We can cope with injuries. The one injury I think this club cannot cope with, and I think it derails everything. And, I will sit here and be doom and gloom and stuff, but we still have to fight, and I will refuse to throw in the towel. God forbid, and it's not that other players are not important, because we've seen it. Anything happens to Declan Rice, then I genuinely, as bullish as I am about us bringing the Premier League home, as much as I expect the domestic trophies, or at least one of the 2 if you don't bring the Prem, and, hopefully we get to the semis as a minimum in the champs and take it from there. I don't think it can be accomplished without Rice. I think the team loses too much. And I don't feel there's anything really like Defense, cool. Magalhaes might be the best centre half, but you can draw for Mascara, you can draw for Hincapié, fullback. There's multiple things you can do. Not even that I'm saying to do this, but if worse comes to worse, and Miles Lewis Skelly and Calafiori are injured, and you want to put Hincapié there, but Mascara's only got 45 minutes in him, you can do some stuff like bring White in and put Timber over there. There's nothing really for me, like there's nothing close to like for Rice, as great as he is, or anything suitable to the point where I'll just commit to the Wenger ball thing. Honestly, I'd say, do you know what? Zubamendi, you're going to be the lone six for a bit. Eze and Odegaard, work it out. You two are rotating H. Just do your thing, man. DG, I just don't like when Arteta just avoids the injury questions. Like, be transparent and tell us what the actual injury is and how long the player's out for, like every other manager. It is true. He could be. Sometimes he is. But also at the same time, other managers, you're right. There are some that are very crystal clear and, he's out. But there's also a lot that play the mind games. And also, we got to remember, Arteta, in anything, rightly or wrongly, he's going to be killed for anything you say. Like, imagine, look, like, God forbid, well, God not forbid, but God forbid, because we don't want any thingies. But let's just say, boom, Gabriel Magalhaes got that injury, as we know. Press conference has come around with Arteta. The medical staff are saying, listen, forget all the hype you've seen and what the Brazilian dons are saying. We've ran our tests. He might be out they said he's out for 3 months, sorry. He might be back in 3 weeks. Arteta fixes himself up in the press conference and says, Gabriel Magalhaes is back in 3 weeks. Then his medical staff come out and say, you know what, pending more tests, there's a new development. He might be out for 6 months. Now you look like a muppet, innit? Sometimes it's best not to say anything, as frustrating as it is, and all those sort of things. Who will start, Odegaard or Eze? I mean, actually, you got to start Eze, man. But then again, Eze's had a lot of minutes in the tank. But for me, I'm not on this rest thing right now. These are not the games for resting. And I know players get tired and break down, but psychologically, you're always roaring to go when your team's winning and we're doing what we need to do. They're on it. Bro, Leeds could have drawn to Man City, but I told you this a few days ago. I said Leeds will be an entertaining game against City. They might even potentially take the lead, score 2 goals, whatever. But we've been seeing that Leeds do the same thing we saw them last time they got promoted for, man. So yeah, man, it's an interesting one. That Eze on the left comment was a part 2 to an earlier one. To be fair, I wouldn't change anything at the moment. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell so you don't miss streams or uploads. Eze is playing. Martin is not up to speed. If Trossard is fit, he will play. True, and that's a good point as well. How many minutes does Odegaard genuinely have in the tank? Because what was his latest injury? Because to be honest with you, it feels like bare things have happened to Odegaard. 1 minute is the shoulder, which it isn't at this moment. I feel like he had a minor knee knock. It's his ankle, right? So I don't know, man. How many minutes? Does he have a 20, 30? Does he have 60? I don't know, man. And you also got to think long-term, innit? Like, Odegaard might not be in contention to start against Chelsea, but he might be in contention to play a more significant part against Brentford and Aston Villa. And in no order, I know we got Liverpool coming up, United coming up. Bare games in December and January, to be fair. DG, do some constructive criticism. In your opinion, where are we lacking right now strategically, tactics, etc.? To be honest with you, I don't think we have significant weaknesses. I do think we can obviously get better at breaking down low blocks. Just because we set ourselves high expectations, I think we can get better defensively a little bit. And I felt that really and truly since the start of the year, but start of the season, sorry, but we're still doing what we're doing. I think it's more like, I can't make it make sense to you lot, but based on us flirting with greatness and trying to fight for a league title and being competitive in Europe, and it's not unrealistic to believe we can win the Champions League. It's a tall order. I don't have us down as the favorites. I don't think we're going to win it, but it's been more realistic, arguably, in the last 3 years, emphasis on the last 2 years, than it has ever been. But with that being said, and where we are now in the Prem, and hopefully we cross over the line, and then we can start talking about retaining it, and that. Because of those dynamics, I start to look at the great teams in it. Like, what have they got that we don't? And I know it's not as white and black as this. I think we need a couple more players that have an air of inevitability, if it makes sense. Because if we great defensively, our attackers are ticking, and you've got players that are inevitable. Like, we've got some good attackers, and I'm mainly focusing this with our attackers. Who would you say is inevitable? Saka's got elements of that. In fact, Saka's been that for us. I'm not saying we're going to get Haaland, but we ain't got that Haaland and that Salah in. I'm mainly saying this to with the focus on the Champions League, because I do think, as much as it's about tactics and competing and believing and all these kind of things, I do think once you start getting quarters as well, but once you start getting to the quarters and the semis and these things and the finals, you just need some players that are like world class and with an air of inevitability. I actually think that's kind of broadly where Arsenal are at. Of course, there's obviously other things I'm sure Mikel Arteta would like to do. I'd be amazed if by next summer we don't have another 8 and a 6 personally, and a left winger. I don't know, because you have got Marino, you have got Marino, you have got Kai Havertz, you've got a bunch of players that can play up front, and you've got the young Anus. I wouldn't be against another striker. Granted, if you could bring in better than what we have, great, but that comes at a premium. I'm more thinking like a rotationary kind of guy, someone that would have been as great as everyone else has done, someone that could have come in now, obviously with Gyökeres and Havertz and all of these kind of things going on. So it'd be interesting to see, man. I appreciate you, Shez, man. I appreciate you. It's all good, man. We ain't got a replacement for Declan. No excuse. We can win versus Chelsea. I must win tomorrow. Come on, you Gunners. As much as I never liked Arteta, he's asked about injuries immediately. There's no telling sometimes. The scum have been trying to downplay us all week. Don saying a combined 11 is 9-11 Chelsea. Lewis saying we don't score from open play. We've only scored the most from open play in November. That's great. You know, big up Don, big up Lewis, big up anyone Chelsea. But really, fuck anyone who's not connected to our football club, because that's all right then. If Palmer's better than Saka and this guy is better than that, like everybody's team is so much better than ours. I only see one team doing what we're doing right now, innit? Cool. We'll talk in May. Let them do that. Let them do that. Keep your powder dry. City snuck it. Is it crazy to say I prefer Marino up front to Kai? No, a lot of us do. I do, but I don't. I do big European nights. I do more the Premier League and just needing to get results in the Prem. I'm not against Kai. So yeah, man, they're both kind of the same, innit? I do think for me, there's a bit of a bias aesthetically, if I'm honest with you. And it's mad how both of you weren't bought to play up front, but you've done a thing. Drewsbury Hall just scored for Everton. Ramsdale clean sheet gone. Crazy, isn't it? 2 goals in a week. That's my thing. Like what? He scored on a Monday against Man United and he's back today. This is why I'm starting to feel, you know what, Martinelli can do something against Chelsea. I know he didn't score against Bayern, but in terms of just goals and assists or GA, Eze might have something for us tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And in Trossard if he's there, man. So yeah, I prefer Kai. I just prefer Gyökeres if I'm honest with you, man. Gyökeres, and then it's a fight out. Previously, we couldn't afford to bench certain players. Now we can hopefully continue to bring in higher quality, constantly improving. Even that, yeah, because Saka played well against Bayern, but at the point of him coming off, I'm sure it was 1-1. I could be lying and stuff, but there's previous years. It don't matter who it was in Europe, yeah. We might not necessarily be taking off, Saka, or even going back to the City game. Saka and was it Saka and Eze? They both came on. We weren't in a realm to be doing that, like, if I'm honest. So we're making good progress, but the only progress that matters now is, let's be real, people, finally getting over the line and this beautiful football club winning trophies. And all of us, whether you live in England or not, make sure you're there, May 2026. So let's see exactly what's being said. First thing we will want to know, Arteta's update on Trossard and Brazilian duo. Ahead of our trip to Stamford Bridge to face Chelsea on Sunday, November the 30th, Mikel Arteta provided an update on the fitness levels of several players. Now, you would imagine both Chelsea and Arsenal, Chelsea played 24 hours before us, they're naturally, all of the players, yeah, they probably do have a bit of, this is now the part of the season where you are probably playing with knocks. Your ankle probably is hurting and you're probably not really and truly able to play 90 minutes. There probably is an element of adrenaline kind of thing. So that's for the players I feel that are fit. Naturally, the ones that we see and actually know of injury concerns, that's who we want to know about, people. He said, yeah, with Leal, there's another test today. We have to see how he's feeling. It doesn't look much, so we'll have a few hours and we'll have to see. It's a potential chance that it'll be available. And you never know with the gaffer once again. But after the game against Bayern, it sounded like we just didn't want to take risks. It seems that Trossard wanted to continue. We just saw, there's an injury there. Whatever happens today, but we'd rather lose a battle than lose the war in it. So you don't want him to play and then you're out for a few months where you get where I'm going in it. So you never know, because the gaffer could be saying all of this and it could be peak for Trossard. You just genuinely never know. And it's one where you wish you actually were connected to the football club in an official capacity to know what's going on in it. If you haven't smashed the like button, please make sure you did. Martinelli did bag against Bayern. Martinelli's Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Bilbao. In the last 3 years, in the last 4 years, when it's big games, you know what Martinelli's on? City this season. No one can tell me about my Brazilian done. But yeah, let's see what he's saying on Gabriel Magalhaes, who I don't imagine anyone expects him to play against Chelsea. He would have loved it. I feel sorry for you. You've been shagged in 2025, Gabriel Magalhaes. You know, injuries happen, but you ain't been involved in I'm probably exaggerating because there's probably more, but three of the biggest games of this year for us today, innit? Like Bayern at home, Real Madrid times two. It sucks. It sucks. I'd have loved for you to have been involved, but football's weird. You might have had these players available and it could have been a different process, but it sucks, man. And he would have loved to have been involved in the North London derby and Bayern. And he's always on it against Chelsea, in my opinion. He scored at Stamford Bridge a few years ago. But nonetheless, he said, I think he's evolving really, really well. We have to wait for the scan a little bit longer to be more precise in the terms of the timings. I'm quite confident, especially the way Gabby takes every injury and the way he's going to push everybody. That's not going to be that long. On Jesus and Martinelli, I believe, on Jesus, we have to see, obviously, he's been out 11 months and you need that progression. You need to see how his body reacts and what else he needs. The players that we have available as well, it has to make sense to have the right balance in the squad. So it's a good thing. He's very, very close at the moment. Then he was asked on Kai Havertz, Gyökeres. He said, not yet, but they're getting closer and closer. We are very positive with both of them. The good thing is that we find another option. We lost a player, 2 or 3. We lost at some point 6 players in the front line, and the team continued to win and be very, very efficient. So I think that's a very positive. Okay. Whatever you said, we've gone over the Trossard thing. On if he's available, there's a potential chance. He revealed behind closed doors friendly. He said Gabriel Jesus, apologies, and Wanyeri played because apparently Wanyeri wanted some minutes. We took the opportunity. They wanted a bit of exposure to competition, and providing that was very positive. And this is why I don't know in a month from now if Wanyeri goes on loan, but this is why I think English fans, English clubs, apologies, would benefit from like their under 21s team being in the Championship or League One or something similar to what you see in Spain. Because imagine you had that where Max Dowman could get exposure to senior football. Wanyeri, like if we was in the Championship or League One, Wanyeri for the youth, you're getting minutes for the second team, but you're playing in a grown man's league. It'd have been great, but that's not going to happen, innit? We've gone over Kai Havertz and Gyökeres. We have another day tomorrow, so let's see how everybody is tomorrow. On the consistency, we're showing. Not that they surprise me, but you have to be able to perform in any manner that they did individually throughout long periods of the game against the opponent. And that's a very, very difficult thing to do. As I said, that's the way I felt about the players. How I feel about the players now, it's about finding the same consistency on Sunday to go and win again. On Kimmich's comments, they made more long throws than us, man. Kimmich, shut up, man. I think the way both teams played, the way they played against PSG was very similar. When everything becomes man-to-man and the way they are with their fullbacks, the way we do what we did in terms of rotation, they create a game that has long sequences of passes. So I know what he's saying, so that's fine. It's part of the game. I think the game is provoked in that manner that both teams play, so it's very understandable. Who cares, man? Who cares? You only moan about how another team's playing if you lose. Because if we were doing the Van Gogh thing and all the things we weren't and we played well and they got the win, he's not saying anything. Just shut your mouth, bro. He's a great player. One bare things playing for Bayern Munich. Always crying, bro. Shut up, man. Waste, man. Anyways, as company, Kane, Kimmich, I'm sure we're going to see Arsenal in the knockout stages. Bring it. We ain't scared of no one. The same way we done it to Spurs, the same way we did it to Bayern, and in 24 hours from now, you know what we're doing to Chelsea, and so on and so forth, man. Anyone can get it this year. It's as simple as that. But anyways, sticking professionally, it's a big game. It's a big London derby. We're going to play a really good opponent, and they're in good form. We know the challenge. We know the opportunity that we have as well on Sunday, so we are fully prepared for it. On their title credentials, I think we are all there, and they are there because they deserve to be. What they have done in the last few years, I think the squad that was assembled, the numbers they have, the amount of quality, the manager and the coaching staff that they have, it makes sense then what is happening there is very, very positive and they deserve to be there. On making a statement win at Chelsea, those are the statements we are talking about every 3 days. Trust, every game's a must win, our biggest game of the season and statement and this, that, and the third. After beating Spurs at home, then we have to make a statement against Bayern. We done that. Now we have to go to the next one. That's where we are. We know the importance of the week. Not only that, but what's coming after 3 days is going to be exactly the same. Nothing is going to change, but we are super motivated for the game. On keeping a lid on expectations. We don't talk about a lid or no lid. We need to understand basically what we have to do to be better than the opponent, to have the chance to win. If we are going to accomplish that, we'll be able to do the same in the next match. Nothing's going to change. He then spoke about Mascara and Hincapié. They both have a really good possibility to play on Sunday. Pierro's played as a left back as well, which is another option that we have in relation to the opponent, the game, and the state that the players are in. Miles Lewis-Skelly as well is obviously a very good option that we have. Keep using everybody and making them feel that they're connected with the team. On Chelsea playing down their credentials, we don't care. They can't because whenever we try to, we can't. On if this is the biggest game of the season, nope. It will forever for me be Newcastle at this moment in time. But you can only look ahead. For us, it is because it's the next game. Well, fair enough. He's basically echoed what I said. We just live in the present and make the best possible preparation to try to be better than them and win the game. Listen, I'm not here to glaze Chelsea players. He plays for Brazil. Estavio is a generational talent. I do think he'll compete for Ballon d'Ors, and I think we have to keep our expectations on the floor. But Chelsea have a very good player. That being said, my brother, you're playing against Calafiori or Miles Lewis Skelly or Hincapié. There's no highlights tomorrow. There's none at all. Saka, Cucurella's getting too big for his boots. You know what you need to do. On Declan Rice winning the Ballon d'Or. He ain't gonna win that, man. Vitali's got more of a chance. I hope so. That would mean they have won, that we have won a lot, because normally it's related to that. I think he was immense the other day. I think he's been immense since the start of the season. He's an incredible and crucial player for us. We've gone over that, people. On if Gabriel Magalhaes will be back before the end of 2025, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Probably we've already gone over the Gabriel Jesus stuff. On Mikel Merino's evolution as a striker. We learned that last season, because that's when we have to play long periods without a nine. He brings other things to the table. His intelligence, the way he competes, the way he masters a lot of things that are crucial for us. In any player, he's got them. Then he's a real threat. The other night, he could have scored 2 goals. You're being nice, Arteta. He could have had the 4 and done the Arshavin thing. He was involved in many positive actions. Yes, he was, because Martinelli's nicked it off Elise, giving it to Marino. Marino's helped it onto Eze. Eze set it back to Martinelli. So big up yourself for how you've been playing, Marino, man. Really impressed with what you can do for us. So he's right. On if a player's record versus a club is a factor in picking his team, I don't think it is. I think there's, you'll do footballing stuff and all the other necessary things. And then you might, when you've done all of that logical stuff, then you might think, oh, you know what? He always scores against them. Let me give him a goal, sort of thing. Not necessarily. I think we look more at the state of the players in the moment. What happened 6 months ago is not relevant. Their experiences, their connections with the team that, in my opinion, are more important than that. I'm very happy with what Gabriel Martinelli did the other night. He was superb. On Gyökeres and Havertz repeat scans, they're getting closer and closer. We are positive with both of them. Let's see. On if Gyökeres will come straight into the lineup. Well, the good thing is now that we have found another option, we have 3 different options. That's a really good learning for all of us, especially for me to understand with our other players, with other connections, with other ways of doing things, we can still be very, very efficient. On if it leads him to a point to prove when he returns. Yeah, I think it's a positive. We lost a player 2 or 3. We lost at some point 6 players in the front line, and that team continued to win and be very, very efficient. So I think that's very positive. And now what we have to prove is, okay, we have everybody back. We're still going to be good. So hopefully. On if Chelsea are the best attacking team in the Prem. I can't lie. Arteta, I remember a few months ago, you said they were, You actually did. The sample now, it's a bit early in the season, so it's difficult to say. But it's one of the teams that I enjoy the most watching, and they have a lot of fluidity. Yeah, because you're in Maresca, boys. They have a lot of strength. They have a lot of individual talent. They are very clear of what they want to do, and that's why they're pretty tough. On Gabriel Jesus, it's what we see every day, how he's reacting to the change he's had in load, and and then he needs to get into the chemistry of the team. Understand the things on the match time which are very different to anything that he's tried to replicate in training. Those gaps, try to make them as short as possible. On building his confidence, yes, as well, it's always been one of Gabby's qualities, the capacity to relate and connect and make other players around him better. He still has that, and now he needs to find a way to do it with, as you mentioned, some very new players. On the mental boost a big win provides, it brings certainty, security, and a really positive energy every time you beat top opponents. When we did it in the derby, they're not top though, but I hear it. It helped to generate that momentum and that belief for the next game. We did it against Bayern. Now we have to carry that against Chelsea, but it's just in the moment for the next day. We have to use it in the right way. Fair enough. I hear that. We are fully prepared for the London derby, people. After beating Spurs at home, then we had to make another. Oh, sorry, we've gone over that. I thought that was something new. Every player scored a hat-trick at the Emirates. You can guess all of them. A bit of a cheat code because it's going to say Jesus, and we all know Eze. F off Chelsea, all right, man. A starver who keep the winning team beat Chelsea. Big up yourself, man. DG2. It's time to beat Chelsea. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go. Hey, George. Appreciate you, man. League One, especially. These man getting crocked in Championship. No VR. I don't know about that, bro. I hear that, but you're playing men's football, bro. You're playing men's football. I guarantee someone like Wanyeri, as great as he is, if we had a B team in the Championship, not just him, a couple of players, if they were exposed to the Championship and the relentlessness of it, grown men trying to stay in the league or get promoted, people are getting sacked. You need that, bro. And to be honest, you're right. But man can get kicked. I hear you with the VAR thing, but you can get moved to in any division, any top division. Bro, we can't protect them. So unleash them. We need to put in a performance better than the one at the Bridge last year. Trust me, 100%. 100%. Smash the lights, people. Let's run it up to 100. Martinelli's a giant killer, man. Soon as that space opens up in behind, he's lethal, bro. Cash money. All of his highlights have to be that, bro. Like, ironically, against the team we play on Sunday. So, yeah, who's got hat tricks? Adebayo. I remember that against Derby, you know. I wouldn't have thought of that if you put me on the spot. Carlos Vela. I remember that. I would have been more likely to say Adebayo. It's been so long ago. Bentner. I would not have put Bentner down. Theo Walcott against Blackpool. That was time ago. Oh, Robbie Van Persie. Love Bentner against Leighton Orient. Van Persie, fair. I would have said Persie. Theo, I would have got that. Oh, yeah. Danny against Gala. Theo against West Brom. I swear Wilshere scored a cracker in that game, lad. Giroud. Saka, I need a hat trick, bro. Bear man, I've got one. Ozil against Ludogorets. Can't forget that. Ramsey against Everton. Aubameyang against Leeds. Eddie against Sunderland. I'm sure Aubameyang had more than one. Eddie got to, oh yeah, that's the one I would have remembered. Big up Eddie, lived the dream. Wore the number 14, played for the club, scored a hat trick. Jesus against Palace, big him up for that. So that was good to remember. Eze on what he wants to accomplish as an Arsenal player, people. We love him, innit? Javi Sibbers, what are you doing? Florian Wirtz, what are you doing? When we spend money, it's only litness. Lit things happen. Something that I wanted since I started playing professional football has always been to play for Arsenal. It's been a bit of a whirlwind when it happened. Maybe relief at the start was the first feeling. So to come and be part of it and to add to it, yeah, it's a big blessing. From the first time I spoke to him, I knew what type of guy he was. You could see the energy, you could see the enthusiasm and the drive to want to be better and to improve and to win. It's infectious. The environment that has been created is very special. It's something that I've wanted and something that I've totally brought into. To be playing in it is one thing, and I'm grateful for this, but I'm not just happy to be here. I want to win the competition. It's special to be here as someone that loves Arsenal, but I've got a long way to go. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of things to achieve. This is more what I'm focused on. I've been brought into the club to be myself. I'm a creative guy. I'm an instinctual player. I want to do whatever it takes to win for my team. Fair enough, Eze. What's our Capitano said? Okay. It's only a video. That's annoying because we can't actually see that. Big up Declan Rice. Andrea Berta is set to open contract talks with Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been nominated for the best FIFA Puskas Award. It would be class to see him win it for this special goal. Link below. Both of them should be nominated, bro. Like both of them. It's a crime if two of Declan twice for a reason. People, let's come on, man. Arsenal fans, we're always locking off the internet. Why don't we use it for the right things? Don't care about no one else. Don't care about no one else. Don't care about none of it. Big up Lamine Yamal. Definitely care about you, but okay, so I'll sign in after this. And big up Saka. Our young man's growing up, man. Man are getting engaged and that. But you got peas, man. You should be bringing in youths to this world immediately. Jurien Timber, we know he's a modern fullback, so we don't need to be told on that. Fabio Vieira, people, we might struggle. I mean, as great as Berta is, he might struggle even more to flog him because this article has not been kind to Fabio Vieira. Arsenal midfielder Fabio Vieira has been told he needs to step up starting now and prove his worth at Lone Club Hamburg. I mean, if you're playing out this world, you could have forced your way into the Portuguese World Club plans, but that ain't happening. Blind cover him today and say Vieira will be under scrutiny today anyways. That's because Stuttgart are in town and they wanted to sign him from Arsenal in the summer as well. In fact, they pursued him for months with Fenerbahce and West Ham also in the mix. Instead, he ended up at Hamburg on deadline day. That was partly because Stuttgart signed Bilal Al-Khanous instead. That's a deal they don't regret. I mean, he was linked with Arsenal as well. And we know he's been doing his stuff. The Arsenal man is still far from that level at Hamburg. He's managed 1 assist so far, but has 2 red cards. That say Blind is clearly inadequate. Okay, so you're going to have your work cut out to flog him. What's this? Arsenal face backlash after charging eye-watering amount for Legend Stadium tour, 335 more than bitter rival Spurs, because we actually have legends. All these clubs are going to milk it, bro. Have you not seen how much flipping football kits cost about £10 to make and they flog it to us for 100 odd quid? Football doesn't care about us. What's this, Caicedo? Caicedo, you didn't reject Arsenal. You didn't reject Arsenal for Chelsea. We tried to buy you. They didn't want to deal with us. You eventually ended up at Chelsea. Great, do your thing. In fact, it's not even you saying this. It's these not being dumb. I get it. You have to get clicks. Record-breaking Arsenal star, the perfect signing for Real Madrid as Florentino Perez accelerates interest. So Declan Rice been linked with Madrid. Fair enough. You know what? No one could say no to him. There is no mad rush to tie Rice down, but he's one of the most valuable members of the squad and future captain material. He was always determined to prove he was 100 million signing that was worth the money, and also to go above and beyond that and establish himself as a centerpiece of the England team too. He continues to improve every area of his game, and the people that have worked closely with him believe there are more strings to his bow yet to be fully unleashed. I expect Rice will stay with Arsenal. There's not expected to be any problem when it comes to the next contract, but it's not something Arsenal want to delay too long because he's about to enter his prime years. They want to be absolutely sure of his future. Romano has said, in Arsenal's plans, there's also the idea to offer a new contract to Rice. So Arsenal also want to discuss with Rice and offer him a new deal. We've heard that with Timber. It's part of the plans. It's part of the conversations. So let's follow that situation because Declan is going to be one of the names mentioned internally for a new and deserved contract. Okay, fair enough. Caicedo admits he was always holding out for a move to Charles. Shut up, man. Everything happens for a reason. I almost did it, but now I'm here and I'm happy. The timing was good. I waited until Chelsea came for me. Yeah, in the summer, people laughed. They said I chose the wrong place. I don't think anyone said that with Chelsea, but sometimes you need to adapt to a big team. I needed that. I want to give everything to this club because they didn't doubt me. I chose Chelsea because they have ambitions. I want to win trophies, more trophies with this club. I'd like to be here for a long time. I want to keep playing like this, but get even better. I want trophies with this club. Fair enough. Fair enough. What's Maresca said about Rice? It was a bit of a different time when I was at West Ham because he was an assistant to Pellegrini. Rice was younger. I spent many extra sessions with Rice, 1v1. You could see that he was already good. He was with the second team players as a central defender. Pellegrini decided to play him in the first team as a midfielder, but he was a different age compared to Moyes. But you could see that he was already very, very good. He's not playing as a holding midfielder. He's playing forward. He's playing like Enzo Fernandez. It's a different position. But when I said it makes more sense, if you want to do the dumb comparisons, Caicedo's cold, Rice is cold. But when I said it, just if you do want to have those debates, you're better off comparing Enzo and Rice. Fair play. It's evolution for him and it's Mikel Arteta's work. He's a fantastic player. He's a very complete player. He can defend. He can attack. He can do everything. Yeah, he can. Can Caicedo though? I don't know. Not everyone's got that ability there, man. It's an Arsenal thing. So yeah, we're all excited for tomorrow, but we do need to grab the 3 points. Rice worth anything you pay and more. DG, in which games would you play Kai and Gyökeres together if the choice was up to you? It would be more something I would try in game if it's a cagey game or we're trying to get a result and I'm just trying to have two players on the pitch. I don't think I would set out to do that if I'm completely honest with you. Man said Brendan Johnson is factually the biggest Spurs legend of the 21st century. Damn. Chelsea ain't ready for Ebbs. Is Gyökeres back? Arteta's played quite coy. We ain't got nothing yet. All right, come on. Fuck Spurs. And I love that as a chant, my boy. Big up yourself, Dane. Always love the content. Your football IQ is really good, my dude. I appreciate you, man. I'm scared of them smashing us. We're not getting smashed. Odegaard defo starting in it. I don't know. I don't think it start. If we play Sunderland again, we'll win though. If we don't make a mistake, Chelsea will not score. Those clowns can't open us up. If we bury our chances, then we'll win. Deluded. I am scared of Chelsea. I feel they really want to do us like Sunderland did to us. Bring it on. Everyone should. Everyone should. Bring it on. Bring it on. DG, can you say Stalvio one more time for me, broski? Stalvio. Dalman wins the pen, but at what cost? A broken leg. George, man, you're gonna have to toughen up a bit, man. It's not happening. If you can up support, consider joining the channel. Smash the like button. Let's get the 200k. Rob, appreciate you. And big up to all the Americans, by the way. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Can tell we're more cautious after how bad our injury record was last season. I hear it then. I hear it. Prevention better than cure. No, we're gonna be here tomorrow. We're gonna be here tomorrow. So if you haven't set your reminders, make sure you do such. There's the link. Even if you're not going to be there, smash the like button. We'll be doing a watch along tomorrow. I voted Rice first for the Puskas Award and Caldenti first for the Marsha because it's her goal from the... Yeah, do that. Then posting that vid feels like preparation for him starting tomorrow. It could be mind games. But whoever starts, just go out there and do the job, man. And on that note, what's the point boring you lot on this Saturday, man? I'm sure you lot got better things to do. As usual, appreciate you lot's talking points, being here, all that, the kind words in relation to my grandma. Appreciate you lot. 3:30 tomorrow, an hour before kickoff, we'll be here. I've got some videos I think that have come out, / scheduled to come out, in like what Kwaku, me and him did a Chelsea Arsenal preview, a couple of clips from rants, and I'm sure you ain't taking in all the content. So yeah, man, have a butchers. But most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe. I'm out. always just going to attack it when like defending.
I think it's like